Periva Sharanam. Today we are going to learn the 10th sloka of Soundarya Lahari. As usual, we will recite from the 6th sloka to the 9th sloka once and then go to the learning of the 10th sloka.
धनुः पौष्पं मौर्वी मधुकरमयी पञ्चविशिखाः वसन्तः सामन्तो मलयमरुदायो धनरथः तथाप्येकः सर्वं हिमगिरिसुते कामपि कृपाम् अपाङ्गात्ते लब्ध्वा जगदिदमनङ्गो विजयते क्वणत्काञ्चीदामा करिकळभकुम्भस्तननता परिक्षीणा मध्ये परिणतशरच्चन्द्रवदना धनुर्बाणान् पाशं सृणिमपि दधाना करतलैः पुरस्तादास्तां नः पुरमथितुराहो पुरुषिका सुधासिन्धोर्मध्ये सुरविटपिवाटी परिवृते मणिद्वीपे नीपोपवनवति चिन्तामणिगृहे शिवाकारे मञ्चे परमशिवपर्यङ्कनिलयां भजन्ति त्वां धन्याः कतिचन चिदानन्दलहरीम् महीं मूलाधारे कमपि मणिपूरे हुतवहं स्थितं स्वाधिष्ठाने हृदि मरुतमाकाशमुपरि मनोऽपि भ्रूमध्ये सकलमपि भित्त्वा कुलपथम् सहस्रारे पद्मे सहरहसि पत्या विहरसे सुधाधारासारैः 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 चरणयुगलान्तर्विगलितैः
चरणयुगलान्तर्विगलितैः चरणयुगलान्तर्विगलितैः
प्रपञ्चं सिञ्चन्ति
प्रपञ्चं सिञ्चन्ति प्रपञ्चं सिञ्चन्ति
पुनरपि रसाम्नाय महसः
पुनरपि रसाम्नाय महसः पुनरपि रसाम्नाय महसः
अवाप्य स्वां भूमिम्
अवाप्य स्वां भूमिम् अवाप्य स्वां भूमिम्
भुजगनिभमध्युष्टवलयम्
भुजगनिभमध्युष्टवलयम् भुजगनिभमध्युष्टवलयम्
स्वमात्मानं कृत्वा
स्वमात्मानं कृत्वा स्वमात्मानं कृत्वा
स्वपिशिकुलकुण्डे कुहरिणि
स्वपिशिकुलकुण्डे कुहरिणि स्वपिशिकुलकुण्डे कुहरिणि
सुधाधारासारैः चरणयुगलान्तर्विगलितैः प्रपञ्चं सिञ्चन्ति पुनरपि रसाम्नाय महसः
सुधाधारासारैः चरणयुगलान्तर्विगलितैः प्रपञ्चं सिञ्चन्ति पुनरपि रसाम्नाय महसः सुधाधारासारैः चरणयुगलान्तर्विगलितैः प्रपञ्चं सिञ्चन्ति पुनरपि रसाम्नाय महसः
अवाप्य स्वां भूमिं भुजगनिभमध्युष्टवलयं स्वमात्मानं कृत्वा स्वपिशिकुलकुण्डे कुहरिणि
अवाप्य स्वां भूमिं भुजगनिभमध्युष्टवलयं स्वमात्मानं कृत्वा स्वपिशिकुलकुण्डे कुहरिणि अवाप्य स्वां भूमिं भुजगनिभमध्युष्टवलयं स्वमात्मानं कृत्वा स्वपिशिकुलकुण्डे कुहरिणि
सुधाधारासारैः चरणयुगलान्तर्विगलितैः प्रपञ्चं सिञ्चन्ति पुनरपि रसाम्नाय महसः अवाप्य स्वां भूमिं भुजगनिभमध्युष्टवलयं स्वमात्मानं कृत्वा स्वपिशिकुलकुण्डे कुहरिणि
सुधाधारासारैः चरणयुगलान्तर्विगलितैः प्रपञ्चं सिञ्चन्ति पुनरपि रसाम्नाय महसः अवाप्य स्वां भूमिं भुजगनिभमध्युष्टवलयं स्वमात्मानं कृत्वा स्वपिशिकुलकुण्डे कुहरिणि सुधाधारासारैः चरणयुगलान्तर्विगलितैः प्रपञ्चं सिञ्चन्ति पुनरपि रसाम्नाय महसः अवाप्य स्वां भूमिं भुजगनिभमध्युष्टवलयं स्वमात्मानं कृत्वा स्वपिशिकुलकुण्डे कुहरिणि.
Let us go to the meaning of the shloka. Here in this shloka, we are going to split the words and see the meaning of the words only. You must all be thinking that we have been boring you with a detailed and lengthy explanations about all the 9 shlokas. For a change, this is going to be a relief for all of those who have been thinking like that. Now we will go to the first line. Sudha dhara saraihi charana yugalantar vigalitaihi. In some books or some versions of the shloka, you might find that this Sudha dhara sarais charana yugalantar, like that. So together with this cha is there. We are splitting it here for the sake of learning the shloka in that raga, and it is not wrong to split it also as we have split here, like Sudha dhara saraihi. It doesn't change the meaning of the word there if it is split like this. So we will go with this Sudha Dhara Saraihi only. Sudha, we all know it is nectar or amritam. It is important to note that we pronounce it as dha, the fourth dha, not as ta. Because if we say it as Suta, then it means daughter. In one of the shlokas also, we saw that Himagiri Sute, the daughter of Himalayas. So use fourth da. Sudha means nectar or amritam. Dhara is a continuous flow, like a waterfall, or without any obstacles, there is a flow. So we call it as dhara. Even while performing Shiva Puja, we keep a dhara patram and we let Ganga Jal to flow on him continuously. That is, without any obstacle, it keeps flowing. So that is called as dhara. Saraihi. Saraihi means to come, to flow. Sudha Dhara Saraihi means due to the continuous flow of nectar. Next words are Charana Yugalantar Vigalitaihi. Charana is the feet. Here we have to note that we have to say it as Charana. If we say it as Sharana, then it means to get shelter or to surrender. So it should be pronounced as Charana. Yugalantar Vigalitaihi. Yugalam, it means two or a pair of feet. Charana Yugalam, a pair of feet. The next word is Antar Vigalitaihi. We will split this as Antaha and Vigalitaihi. Anta means inside something. So Anta means inside. Vigalitaihi, it can also means flowing out or coming out or trickling out. Now we will go to prose order of this line and understand it. In the prose order, the second set of words will come first. That is Charana Yugalantar Vigalitaihi, and then the first set of words Sudha Dhara Saraihi. So Acharya is looking at Ambal and he is saying, Hey Mata, that which comes out from the inside of the pair of your lotus feet is the nectar or amritam that flows continuously, and with that it continues to the next line. Here we would like to give one more clarification in this line. That is, in Yugalantar Vigalitaihi, we are pronouncing the la here as la. Generally, in Sanskrit, there is only one la, unlike the other words like ka or ba. But it will be good to pronounce this la as la, and it is more pleasing to hear it this way. But it is not wrong to pronounce it as la as well. Now go to the next line. Prapancham sinchanti punarapi rasamnaya mahasaha. Prapancham means generally the world. What is this world made up of? It is made up of Panchabhutam. So we can say the world is equal to Panchabhutam. So this word Prapancham can be called as or derived as Panchabhutam. In Tamil we say Andathil ulladu Pindathilum undu. That is, whatever is there in the outside world is also inside in your body, which comes to the meaning that this body, that is this human body, is also made up of Panchabhutam. The world is equal to Panchabhutam, and this body is also equal to Panchabhutam. So now we can say that here Prapancham means this body, or the Prapancham which is there inside our body. Sinchanti means to make you wet, to drench, to infuse within. The next words are Punarapi. which is punaha api, which means again and again. In Bhajagovindam, Acharya sings Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam. You give birth again and again and you die again and again. So that punaha means again and again. Rasamnaya Mahasaha. How do we split this? Rasa Amnaya Mahasaha. Mahasaha has a meaning that is Jyoti or light. There are other meanings also, but here the meaning is light or something that is shining very bright or illuminating. Rasa Amnaya, the one which contains inside it rasam. What is it? It is telling the Chandramandalam. Now generally we say in our Shastras, Chandramandalam is the one which gives out the rays of Amrita. Here, Rasa Amnaya Mahasaha means it is referring to the Chandramandalam which gives out the rays of Amrita. We will be in a position to understand this shloka fully after we finish going through the words and understanding the words fully. So we will see the next words. Avapya swam bhumim bhujaga nibham adyushta valayam. Avapya means having reached there. We have already reached there. Where have we reached? Swam bhumim. Swa is you, your. Swam bhumim, your territory. So having reached your territory. Bhujaga nibham. Bhujaga is a serpent. So Bhujaga nibham is like a serpent or similar to a serpent. Adyushta valayam. A 3.5 coils. We had told about this in the earlier shloka also. How Kundalini energy in the form of a serpent is coiled in 3.5 circles. So that Adyushtam is the 3.5 and Valayam is the circle. The next line is Swamatmanam Kritva Swapishi Kulakunde Kuharini. Swamatmanam Kritva. Kritva means to make. So Swamatmanam, Swam Atmanam, to make yourself, having made yourself. Now if we consider what we told in the previous line, that is, into 3.5 circles, you have made yourself. Swapishi Kulakunde Kuharini. Swapishi is being in Yoga Nidra. If we see the direct meaning, it is just sleeping. But here it means you are lying down in Yoga Nidra. Where? Kulakunde Kuharini. Kulakundam is the Mooladhara Chakram. Kuharini, inside a hole. Once you have reached the Kulakundam or the Mooladhara Chakram, inside a small hole, a very sukshma hole, inside that Mooladhara Chakram, you make yourself into a serpent which is coiled into 3.5 circles and you sleep there. Now we will see the meaning of the full shloka. This shloka is a continuation of the previous shloka. There Acharya says the Kundalini Shakti, who is actually Ambal, through the Kula Margam goes through the 5 chakras, which are the spots that we identified with the Panchabhutas. Then after that, the 6th chakra, which is identified with our mind or manas. And above that, it reaches the Sahasrara chakra in the top of the head, which is identified with Chandramandalam. Acharya says, there Ambal joins her husband, that is Parameshwara, and plays in secrecy. That is the meaning of the last shloka. Here Acharya gives, when Ambal is in that state in Sahasrara Chakra, from the pair of her lotus feet, the Amrita Rasam is overflowing continuously like a dhara. Sudha dhara saraihi. This fountain of Amrita Rasam that is created inside the Sahasrara Padmam or the Chandramandalam trickles down and it drenches the Prapancham. The Prapancham, here we have to relate it to the chakras that we identified with the Panchabhutas in the previous shloka. That is Mahimula, Dhare, Kamapi Manipure, Hutavaham, Stitam Swadishthane, etc. So, the Prapancham that is there inside our body. When Amritam that is created in Sahasraram flows through our body, our whole body, and drenches it continuously, the Jivan gets to experience that state of higher consciousness or happiness. That is what Acharya is saying here. After she has drenched the whole body with the Amritam, what does she do? She does not stay there. Then she climbs down again to her place, which is the Mooladhara Chakram. That is what is said in Avapya Swam Bhumim Bhujaga Niba Madhyushta Valayam. She takes the form of a serpent which is coiled with 3.5 rings, and there she goes back to sleep. Swamatmanam Kritva Swapishi Kulakunde Kuharini. In a place called Kulakundam, which is her place, she goes back to sleep. It is not actually literal sleep, it means Yoga Nidra. This shloka also involves a lot of yogic science which cannot be explained to the general public just like that. So, we are explaining only the meaning of the words given in the lines. Here, it is interesting to note the explanation given by Periva about this shloka. He says, this flowing of the nectar or the amritam throughout our body is an experience that cannot be described by any words at all. It is something that a person can only feel and it is undescribable. But for the sake of saying or giving a word to that experience to describe it, it is mentioned as Rasanubhavam. So when we see this thing or Rasanubhavam from the Advaita Bhavam, the Amrita Rasam, the creator of this Amrita Rasam, and the person who experiences that Rasanubhavam, all these things are none other than herself, that is Ambal. So, we get this Advaita Bhava that she is the Amrita Rasam, she is the creator of the Amrita Rasam, and she is the person who also experiences it when we get this kind of a experience. Let us pray to Ambal and Periva to give us that bhakti, and maybe we might not experience all this in this birth itself. But if we continue to meditate upon her lotus feet, then surely, maybe in any of the future births, she might give us the blessing of this experience. Periva Sharanam.